person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together, come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together, come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, and kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Unity of Springfield's virtual service here on Sunday, December 14th, coming to you from our studios right here in Franklin Park Estates, our house, my office right here. But we're going to have a lot of fun today, and hopefully you're in a place that's very warm and comfortable and you're not out shoveling snow. Obviously, if you're watching this, unless you're on your phone, maybe, but you're probably not. Hopefully, you're in a place where you can experience this service in a way that is transformative for you. So we're going to get right into it right now. And we're going to go back to sharing my screen and moving forward. Since I get right there, again, welcome to everybody today. And we light a Christ candle every Sunday as a part of our connection to the greater unity movement. And we hold individual ministries in prayer every week. And this week, we are holding all the ministries in the state of Maine. So let's just go within in prayer for a moment. Close our eyes. And we just feel that flow of divine energy and love going to this state in the northeast corner of our country, the state of Maine. And we see everybody there being blessed in a way that helps them, that provides them with what they most need in life. And we extend this circle of prayer to encompass planet Earth. And we see this earth upon which we live as a radiant, beautiful place where 8 billion of us are learning and growing and experiencing love in our own way. In which you see everybody provided with all that they need to grow and prosper. And that is our prayer. And so it is. Amen. Today is the 3rd week of Advent, and we focus on this idea
of love. What are your favorite Christmas movies? Is it A Christmas Carol, Miracle on 34th Street, It's a Wonderful Life, Charlie Brown Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Is it Die Hard or another movie? My favorite is Christmas Vacation. I think that's an awesome movie with a great message. What's the ultimate message of these films? It's love, isn't it? It's love that connects us together as human beings. And at Christmas time, we set aside our self-centeredness, pettiness, and our issues with others and come from a place of divine love, a love that has no conditions. And all we have to do to experience this love is to let go of our stuff. Now, we all know what our stuff is. It's that stuff within us that from unresolved issues that obscure the truth about each other as spiritual beings. We have far more in common with each other than we are different. Unless we're identical twins, we're all different on the outside. I mean, just look at us, our skin color, eye color, hair color, our height, our weight, the languages that we speak. They're all different. We're not robots, are we? We're not clones. We're a vast array of outer uniquenesses. But at our core, we're the same. We really are. And it's love that helps us recognize this truth and embrace it as our own. We read in the book of 1 John, so we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love. And those who abide in love abide in God, and God abides in them. And so today, we light the candle of love.
Well, again, a welcome to everybody. If you're joining us right now, we're so glad that you came here today. This is our second virtual Sunday service in 2 weeks. This service is being recorded on Saturday, December 13th, and is being posted to our Facebook page and YouTube channel at 10 o'clock on Sunday, December 14th for everyone to view. And of course, you can view these at any time. They'll be available in these platforms, and hopefully you're ready right now to move forward. And we extend a special welcome to anybody who's new today. If you're visiting us for the first time here online, we normally hand out a welcome packet to all our visitors who come in person. But if you'd like one mailed to you, just let us know through the contact on our website. You can go to contacting us on our website, which is unityofspringfieldil.org, and we'll mail you one. I'd also like to remind everybody, we need this reminder that Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement, and we are an inclusive, welcoming community. We welcome people of all backgrounds. We're so glad that you came to join us today. Now we're going to move forward with our announcements. And we've been collecting teddy bears for the Southern View Elementary School. Today is the last Sunday, but since we don't have in-person services where you can bring stuffed animal, a teddy bear, something like that, what we're going to do is have you bring them Tuesday morning. If you got some, bring them by Tuesday morning between 10 and 12:30, because at 1 o'clock, we're going down to Southern View School, bring all these teddy bears. And oh, there's more than just teddy bears I've seen collected. You know, we've got, I love these Scottish cows that somebody brought in. And there's also a raccoon somebody brought. Anyway, I know these kids are really going to enjoy what we've brought in. So that's going on. We've got quite a holiday lineup of events at the church starting next Sunday at 6:30. Now we'll have our usual 10 o'clock service, but we're also going to be having our candlelighting service 6:30 in the evening. So we invite you to come to that. The following Sunday, Sunday the 28th, we'll have our burning bowl releasing ceremony during the church service. On January 1st, the first day of 2026, There's a crystal bowls, crystallize your intentions session that'll be going on at the church at 6 o'clock. So you might want to come to that. And then the first Sunday in January is our white stone ceremony. So these are all events we do every year to help us bring in the Christmas season a little bit more with candle lighting, and then to move forward through the end of the year, releasing and letting go what didn't work for us, and then getting ready, setting our sights on what we'd like to accomplish in the new year. So that's what these events are all about. Now, there are a number of events that have been canceled because we're not in person. Our hospitality team meeting is canceled, but it will be rescheduled. So we'll have more coming out in our emails about that. The spiritual speaking class that the licensed teachers teach from 9 to 9:45, obviously canceled today, but they will resume next week. And we're going to affirm that next week is going to be just a perfect Sunday to come to church weather-wise. On Wednesday, Karen Kelly, one of our licensed teachers, does the gathering meditation by Zoom at 5:30. This is in your emails that you get, so check that out. There will be no gathering meditations on December 24th or the 31st, so make a note of that. There's a drumming circle that happens every month, and that's led by our resident drummer and flautist, very talented musician, David Tell. We'll be doing that this Thursday at 6 p.m. in Margaret Keane Hall. We have arranged for an open mic music event coming Saturday, February 21st. You want to mark your calendar. If you got your 2026 calendar, mark this 4 to 6 o'clock. And if you'd like to share some song you'd like to do, contact our music director, Gay Kick, or just send an email or call us on the church line, and we'll make sure that she gets in touch with you. So we're really looking forward to this event. Now, if you'd like to receive our emails, we send these out every week about what's going on in the church that week, so you can, plan your calendar. If you'd like to sign up for emails, you can go to our website, and it's right here on the screen, unityofspringfieldil.org, unityofspringfieldil.org. Make sure the IL is in there, or you'll be visiting the website of Unity of Springfield, Missouri. Lovely folks, but if you want to be informed about what's going on here in Illinois, add the IL. There's also a QR code on the screen if you want to scan that so that you can check out our website and sign up for emails. Moving along, we always thank people who help out this ministry to make it what it is. Today, we're going to not so much thank people as we are going to thank programs and applications that are making this virtual service possible. So we thank Zoom, that much of this service is being recorded on, YouTube and Facebook, which are helping us to get this service out to folks, Audacity, which is helps us to record sounds, songs, things, voice, that kind of thing, Bandicut and MP4 cutter splicer. That sounds kind of complicated, but that helps us take all the pieces of our service together and put them into one file. So we thank those wonderful applications for being created. We're creating our lives and our world through the thoughts and beliefs we hold in mind is spiritual principle that we practice here at Unity of Springfield. And so we know this truth. Let's affirm this together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. Our church's vision statement. Let's affirm this together. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Our mission statement. Let's affirm this together. We recognize God is love, individualized in all people. Therefore, we provide a positive environment for spiritual growth that empowers all to be God's love in the world. Our youth and family ministry statement. Our youth and family ministry empowers the next generation with loving kindness and acceptance, creating a safe, sacred space for children, teens, and young adults to explore, discover, and experience spirituality. And now let us listen to today's daily word.
Sunday, December 14th, 2025. Love. Today we affirm, I give and receive love with gratitude and joy. And our message reads, this Advent season, I turn my attention to the myriad ways love expresses within and all around me. I feel called to share blessings of love with people in all circumstances and receive their blessings of love in kind. I may join in festive celebrations, sharing cheer and fellowship with friends and colleagues. I practice patience and understanding, especially during moments of frustration, as I go about my Christmas preparations. I feel compassion for those who struggle during the holidays and reach out to them with support and caring. These are some of the ways I show love to others. When I receive their time, attention, and gifts with gratitude, I am letting them show their love to me. Our Bible verse for today is from John 13:34. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another.
One sings the little words of the cheer from everywhere feeling the air. Oh, how they love the dance in the summer. We sing songs of the cheer. Christmas is here. Many, 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 Merry Christmas. Many, joyful, Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry sing along without a danger to everyone. Oh, how the bells swing, single bells always seem to swing through the snow. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to you and all. Make a love one. Ding, dong, ding, dong. That is the song. Major for it. Oh, caroling. One sings the little words of the cheer from everywhere, feeling the air. Oh, how they clap their hands in the summer. People sing songs of the cheer. Christmas is here. Many, 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 Merry Christmas. Many joyful, Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry they sing on without end, their joyful to everyone. On they sing on without end, their joyful to everyone. Ding dong, ding dong.
Well, find a comfortable place wherever you're experiencing this service now. It could be a chair, maybe sitting on your bed with a pillow behind you. But find a comfortable place. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. And by closing our eyes, we shut off all of the input from the world around us, all of the images. We free ourselves from their pull. We free ourselves from all of our obligations to do this, to do that. For right now, this is our time. Go within and open our hearts, our minds, and our whole being to the flow of spirit. And so we free ourselves of the burdens that we carry mentally and emotionally. We free ourselves of those difficulties and challenges and take this time to dive into this deep pool of life, love, joy, and peace. We allow this to happen by mentally letting go. Letting go. and taking in deep breaths, breathing in the life-giving energy of spirit, breathing out whatever blocks the flow, whatever thoughts, whatever emotions. We free ourselves of these blockages. And the more we free ourselves of these mental images and things that prevent the flow of spirit from coming forth, when we do that, all of a sudden we begin to feel very peaceful. We begin to feel that there is within us this inner calm and stillness, this inner warmth, compassion, and love, this inner spirit of joy and enthusiasm for life. During the Christmas season, this is especially important because it is a hectic time. It can be a difficult time for many people. And so it's up to us as spiritual seekers, aspirants, those of us who think of our lives as a spiritual journey, to use our prayerful abilities, our meditation skills, to stay spiritually grounded, to feel that our most important focus is on the power and energy and infinite nature of spirit that is within us. And from that experience of expanded awareness and consciousness, we can begin to see those around us in that same light. See the flow of love, to see to the heart of others beyond whatever exterior they are presenting to the world. And so our meditation time is one of reconnection, of reconnecting with the truth of our being and feeling, experiencing, holding in our awareness this energy, this power, and this presence of the spirit. Let us sit quietly for the next few minutes in the quiet, calm, and peace of wherever we're experiencing this meditation right now. Open, receptive, and responsive to the flow of spirit in the silence.
from the stillness, from the calmness, from the center of our being. We now come forth from this time of meditation, refreshed and renewed, and focused on the good that is expressing through us and others. We are grateful for this opportunity we've had to sit in the silence and to feel our connection with Spirit. And we give thanks in the name and through the power of the living Christ presence within us all. And so it is. Amen. I'll give you a chance to come back from meditation here and for me to show up on the screen for a moment. I have to admit, I never thought that I would be canceling another church service within 2 weeks of each Sunday before December 15th in central Illinois. You know, I was a minister up in Wisconsin for a full winter. And that was actually quite enough of winter. And we canceled one of the services. There would have been about 14, 15 inches of snow, blizzard conditions, and the plows, you know, they have lots of them up there, couldn't keep up with it. And they just told everybody to stay home. And pretty much everybody did. Anyway, we've got some really crazy weather going on, and I'm feeling very grateful that I listened to my guidance when I started thinking about maybe you ought to put snow tires on your car. It came in very handy today taking Danny to work over at the mall. So anyway, we got some crazy weather going on. We'll all get through it together. We're all in this together, and that's what's important. So let me get into my talk here. And I'm going to share my screen again and get us going. Well, my talk title is kind of a play on words, pretty obviously. You know, God is nowhere, God is now here. You know, and I love plays on words because they kind of disrupt our habitual thinking when we look at an idea or a phrase, because it compels us to think about when we look at this, we mean God's nowhere. Maybe that's the way we feel sometimes. But wait a minute, God is now here. So we have to look at life from another direction. And whenever we witness a tragic event, there's a part of us that wonders, what happened to God? Where was God? God seemed to be absent from whatever that happens to be. That God wasn't there doing God's job. I mean, where the hell was God when so-and-so needed them, when they were going through this difficult experience? There's an example here of the earthquake that happened over in Myanmar not that long ago. And so lots of images come to our minds when we think of tragic events, things like earthquakes, big earthquakes that bring down buildings and roads and bridges and things like that. Tidal waves, often the result of large earthquakes in the ocean. Tornadoes, something we deal with here in the Midwest a lot. Volcanic eruptions, not so much in the Midwest, but many places around the world, particularly Ring of Fire that goes around the Pacific and in other places as well. So there are volcanic eruptions, tornadoes, things like that, but there's also human stuff. A lot of human stuff that we would consider very tragic. Our minds immediately go to 9/11. Yeah. What's been going on in Gaza? What's been going on in Ukraine? When we think of human history, the various holocausts, genocides, ethnic cleansings, some of the stuff that's even going on in our own country right now with immigrants being taken away.
Why doesn't God show up? Shut this down. Make it go away. God appears to be nowhere, nowhere to be found. Like God's AWOL. When we're going through barren terrain, here's some barren terrain for you. This is a photo I took on our vacation out west this year. It looks like God's nowhere, right? It looks like nothing is anywhere here. This happens to be the extraterrestrial highway in the state of Nevada. And we might say about a place like this that this is a God-forsaken place. We sometimes use that expression. I used to say the same thing about the state of Illinois. Oh, don't get mad at me. Because for decades, I would drive from the Cincinnati area to the Kansas City area. I would go to meetings at Unity Village, which is right next to Kansas City. And to get from the Cincinnati area to Kansas City, I would drive up to Indianapolis, get on Interstate 70, roll along through the rest of the state of Indiana to Terre Haute, and then cross over into Illinois. And for me, that was like, oh my God, where is anything? It just goes on and on and on. It's hardly any trees. I used to think to myself, oh gosh, it looks like this giant wasteland. But now I have a new understanding. And I understand that Springfield, Illinois is ground zero God. Ground zero God. There we go. We have the state capitol building here. But we're all looking for something. The moment we're born, what are we looking for? We're looking for our next meal. I want to be fed, and I want to be fed right now. And if I don't get fed, I'm going to let you know. Usually through a lot of screaming. Or I need to be changed. Someone, please come and change my diaper. That's what I need. And so we start out the gate looking for something. But then we start to grow up and we develop speech. We start listening a little more with our ears and we try to figure out life. And we take in information mostly from our parents, if we have siblings, from them. Once we start going to daycare, maybe, or to school, we start listening to teachers, or maybe our parents dragged us to church and we had to listen to some preacher up there talk about stuff. And sometimes we hear people mention God. And we're like, well, what's that about? What's this God thing about? And we get curious. And we begin searching for that something that all these people calling God. Now, we could call what we're looking for the truth. We're looking for spirituality. We're looking for some kind of meaning, connection, but we're looking for something. And we're not sure what it is, but there's a part of us that thinks we'll know it when we see it or when we experience it. Back on Monday, I was on our television looking at YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I have to admit that I'm probably a YouTube addict. And I happened to pull up a YouTube by a guy I've been following for quite a long time, for almost 4 years. This is Dennis Davidad. And Dennis Davidad is a laid off airline pilot. He flew 737s. You can see him here in his captain's outfit in the cockpit of the plane for Ukrainian Airlines. When February 24th, 2022 happened, commercial flights in Ukraine ceased, and they have since then. So he's laid off. He doesn't have a job. The only way you get in and out of Ukraine is by train, bus, or some other ground transportation. There are no flights in and out of Ukraine. So Dennis had this YouTube channel that was this sort of like pilot channel where he would talk about flying as an experience, flying all over the world. And he changed it to reporting on what was going on in his home country of Ukraine. Now, a little bit about him. He was born in Sevastopol. Now, Sevastopol is a city in Crimea. Crimea is a part of Ukraine that Russia took over in 2014. That's kind of considered really the beginning of Russia's war in Ukraine. He then had to relocate out of Crimea to Kiev, which was much better for him, being a pilot and all. But that's where he grew up, was in Sebastopol. And after the war got going, he looked at what was going on with all of the drones and bombing and things happening in Kiev, and relocated his family to Switzerland. Well, I've been watching him talk for years about what was going on in Ukraine, what's going on the battlefield, things like that. He speaks very good English, which all pilots all around the world do, because that is the universal language of airline pilots. And on Monday, I pulled up a video of his, and it wasn't about Ukraine, it wasn't about flying in the air or anything like that, but it was a video about what he thought about God. And I thought, my goodness, this is great. And the title of his video was, God Will Hate Me for This Video. It's 26 minutes long. Oh, don't worry, we're not going to watch 26 minutes. But I edited it down to 3 excerpts with some intervals between. So let's hear what he has to say about God.
To religion. Yeah, and the name of the video, God Will Punish Me or something for filming this video, that's my attitude. I don't afraid of being punished because I do not believe in standard religious God. Let me tell you what I mean. I grown up not in so much religious family, but my parents were, let's say, they were believing like in Christianity at some point. Not too much, I would say, just in a matter of rituals, those celebrations, for example, Christmas, yeah. Sometimes they visited churches with me. So then I grown up, they wanted to share this kind of the spiritual heritage with me, for me to understand the values of maybe Christianity. Because if you check out any sort of the religion, actually it teaches not that bad stuff, yeah, in general. Like the idea is to believe in good, is to fight bad, and the stuff like that. Christian churches, at least. And I try to find my God, and I cannot force myself to believe. I just cannot believe in anything. I had the friend, yeah, we are not communicating any longer. I met him in Indonesia. He's from Uruguay. His name is Raimundo. I hope he's still alive because he's kind of elderly guy. He's not flying any longer because he's more than 65 years old. He's so positive. And he also, in his life, he tried to find his own faith in something, some religion. So he spent several months in Thailand living in this Buddhist temple. He spent several months in Iran living in a mosque. He spent some time in a Christian church, and he still says, like, I cannot find my God. So maybe it is for me, same. And he told me that he meditates still, he went vegan, not fully, but he doesn't eat mammal meat like beef or pork, just fish, eggs, and maybe chicken, I think. About chicken, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But he's so positive guy, and still he was looking for certain philosophy. He meditated, and he told me that there is something out there, something that he cannot comprehend. Maybe I have the similar feeling. I do not meditate, but I have this feeling that it shouldn't be like for nothing, yeah? This world shouldn't be created just like that, or maybe, I don't know. There should be some sort of the force that we cannot understand for now. Believe into. I believe in a lift force. That's my religion. Lift force. Yeah, that is what I believe in. Yeah, I would tell. Then someone asks me, Dennis, what is your religion? Usually I tell like that. I believe in the lift force. Because still, then you look at the airplane or helicopter, how this thing is flying in the air. Because of the lift force. You don't see it, but you believe in it, yeah, because you see what is happening to the airplane. Wow, it is flying, or the bird, yeah. But you can explain what lift force is with all of those formulas and everything. Religion, you cannot prove, you cannot explain, and for me, it means that it is not that much valid for this modern life. Technology and progress, it plays.
One of the things you can do on YouTube is you can comment on the YouTube vlogger's video. And I just loved his whole video. And I wrote him, and here's what I wrote him. I said, Dennis, I absolutely love this video. And let me be clear, you're not going to hell. Of course, you know that. I'm a pastor of a church in the state of Illinois. And your thoughts about religion are accurate. In my work in the ministry, religion and churches at their best exist to love and support people through the difficult moments of their lives and teach principles that help people thrive and equip them with an inner confidence. Religion at its worst is, as you described, which he does earlier in his video, to manipulate, control, and exploit others. I've been watching your videos for years, and you so often share them outside in nature like you did this time. Nature is your church, man. And your religion is being a force for good in the world. By the way, I really like your lift force idea. I'll have to do a sermon on that. Be well, Slava Ukraini, which means glory to the Ukraine. Lift force. Wow. I really loved his talking about how he could not believe in a standard religious God. Standard religious God. It really made sense to me. But he can believe in the force that can lift an airplane up. This is a 737, like the one he flew before the war began. And what a cool metaphor or way of understanding something that's really hard to explain. Now, there are the physics involved. He mentioned that, but still, flying is magical. You know, every time I get on an airplane and fly somewhere, and I look at how we take off and we're flying, 30,000 feet, and I'm going, this is really awesome. This is really cool. I'm probably going to repeat myself, but we're all looking for something that we can relate to. We're searchers, seekers, spiritual aspirants. So why not think about God and spirit as a lifting force, a lift force? When God seems to be or appears to be absent in life, or seems to be unreal or unrelatable or nowhere, we can see evidence of this energy and this force in the natural world. So we know that something's there, we can feel it, we can sense it. But the challenge we have is that our words can't satisfactorily describe it, or our words can't really equal what this energy or what this force is. So God is nowhere and God is now here. Well, read the book of Joshua. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Wherever we go. Well, what do we call that in unity? We call that omnipresence, ever present, or ever presence. It's a something. So when we say God, what are we talking about? Well, we're not talking about a person or a being or a deity or an image or even your cat. Now we go, my cat thinks that he's God. If you spend any time around him, you can kind of see he's got kind of a God thing going on. Oh, there he is. There he's meditating. This is him meditating. So God's not really any of that. But God is, we use these words like it's a source, it's a force, it's an energy, it's experiential. God really has to be something that we experience, not just some concept, not some intellectual exercise. And so we look around the world and we say, wow, there's something behind all of this. So if we say God is over there, well, that's not fully God. We're not sure because we can sense that this something is maybe beyond what's over there. It's beyond ourselves, beyond our immediate everyday experience. Well, what did our co-founder Charles Fillmore think about God? He wrote, God is spirit, infinite mind, the immanent force and intelligence everywhere manifest in nature. God is the silent voice that speaks into visibility all the life there is. This power builds with hands deft beyond comprehension of man and keeps going with all its intricate machinery, universe upon universe, one within another, yet never conflicting. All its building is from the center to circumference. The evidence for this runs from the molecule and the atom of the physicist to the mighty swing of a universe of planets around their central sun. Whoa! That's some really mind expanding stuff, isn't it? What's he talking about? He's talking about this lift force. When I read this passage, I don't know, it kind of takes me kind of out in the universe. You know, universe, I really think is a good synonym for the word God. I think they're kind of interchangeable. And when I was in high school, I ended up buying this poster. This is as close as I could find to what the poster looked like. This poster of the Andromeda Galaxy. I think it was really popular back in the 70s. I think they sold them all over the place. But I had this poster and I put it on the wall of every place I lived. And when I was younger, I moved around, you know, different colleges and places I lived to go to college. And I had it with me, I think, even well after Donna and I were married. And I don't know whatever happened to it. Probably started to get kind of torn up and trashed and somebody got thrown out somewhere. I love this poster because I took it everywhere I lived. Because for me, it represented God is now here. Yeah, it's up there. When you look up in the sky, you can see the Andromeda Galaxy. But not just here, it's everywhere. And this idea of omnipresence, you know, it's more than pantheism. I would call it sort of omnipresencism. It's maybe not a real word, but it's not, you know, a deity in a rock or stellar dust or a tadpole. It's omnipresence. And we're, you and I, we're all part of this omnipresence. God is everywhere, and you are somewhere. Therefore, by definition, you must be where God is. Well, if God is nowhere, if you're feeling a little distant from God, not feeling connected, that God's maybe not showing up in life, think of God as the lift force that is carrying us upward and onward on our spiritual journey. Well, now we have an opportunity to give to the support of our ministry, Unity of Springfield. Now, if you have an offering that was all ready to be shared, well, we will welcome them next Sunday, where you can put them in the glass bowls that are at the front and rear of the sanctuary. Or you can drop them in the mail slot at the church when you're coming by. You can bring them on Tuesday when you're bringing the teddy bears and stuff. or you can mail them through the postal system. You can also donate electronically to Unity of Springfield IL.org. There's the QR code there. If you want to make an electronic donation from our website, it's easy to do. You can also text to give 217-335-4121. And we get mail at the church. You can mail us a donation. Unity of Springfield, 417 East Cordelia, Springfield, Illinois, 62703. We're so grateful for everybody's support of our ministry. And so let us affirm together our offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. Amen. Let us now join together in praying and affirming the prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Well, we can't join hands in the sanctuary like we usually do, but we can join together in singing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.